Welcome to Brand Lover, honest, real, and lively conversations for flourishing entrepreneurs and budding business owners on a mission to cultivate a heartfelt brand that connects with their purpose-driven mission. My hope is that you walk away feeling inspired and refreshed with a weekly takeaway in your back pocket that you can apply to your life or business. Good morning. Welcome to this week's weekly takeaway. This is a topic that I know that a lot of new business owners really struggle with, is finding your confidence in business. There are so many things out there that do tend to come and squish our confidence, whether it's comments made by family members or friends, or comparing other people in our industry, especially if we're just starting out, comparing ourselves to business that have been around for years. It can be very intimidating. So what I want to share with you today is 3 ways to find your confidence in business. Let's do it. So the first one is stay in your lane. It's so cliche, but it actually works. And it's something that I always come back to whenever imposter syndrome creeps in, because it happens to all of us. Whenever comparison starts to rear its ugly head, stay in your lane. Even though there's lots of other businesses out there that are similar to yours, whether it's structure-wise or you're offering a similar service or similar product, nobody is ever going to be the same as you. Even just you personally, or just, the personal touches that you put on things, or, even though things are similar, there is always something that's going to differentiate your product or service from the next person. It's never, ever going to be exactly the same. And your perfect customer will always be drawn to what you are doing, what you are selling, what you stand for, the vibe that you give, and, the feeling that they feel when they are around you or around your product or services. That will always be those people that are right for you. So all of these things put together help to create your unique brand. Okay, so it's a collection of lots of little things that go together. They fit together like a puzzle piece, and that is your thing. It is what people come to you for. So staying in your lane and really trusting and knowing and finding your confidence in that is so powerful. So number 2 is, don't pretend to be something that you are not. If you're an introvert like myself, this can really hit home, because you might be sort of seeing a lot of competitors showing up in a way that seems to work really well for them, but in your heart is not authentic to you. And that is really, really hard, because you can see them having success with that. But I promise you, the minute that you try to do that, or pretend, even if it's writing a caption in a different sort of way, your audience or your followers, or even, they will totally pick up on that. And you know in your heart that you're not showing up in the most authentic way. So don't pretend to be something you're not. Feel confident to be yourself, and to know that your perfect customers are there for you. You might not gain traction on Instagram as quickly as the people that do dances on TikTok. But that's okay, because, you will find your groove, and your people will be there for you. So the third thing is to practice. So practice makes progress. But if we don't do things, if we stay stuck, if we allow fear to consume us, then we won't get anywhere anyway. We're just going to be stuck in this downward spiral. So all you need to do is just muster up that little bit of courage to just do one thing once. And then, do it again. once you muster up a little bit more courage, you know, like you can step back into your comfort zone and then just step back out a little bit more, do the thing, whatever it is, whether it's going live on Instagram or simply just doing a face-to-face story on Instagram, or I don't know, going live on Facebook, or anything like posting into Pinterest, or I don't know, going to a network event. Practice makes progress, and it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect for a very long time. In fact, perfection doesn't even exist. So you may as well just let that one go. But practice is progress, and the magic is in actually doing things. So, but even if it's like something like hosting a webinar, practice the webinar, you know, like you're not just going to go in there without having prepared anything or practiced anything. If you want to go live on Facebook, practice, you know, record yourself and practice. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your confidence is not going to be built in a day either. It comes from the doing. So that's my recommendation, is to pluck up that little bit of courage. It only takes 20 seconds before you do something. Jump right in, and you will be surprised at how much your confidence will soar the more that you practice. So they're my 3 tips to find your confidence in business. Stay in your lane. Don't pretend to be something that you're not, and practice. Practice makes perfect, and the magic is in the doing. Have a beautiful week. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this week's episode of Brand Lover, take a screenshot of wherever you're listening and share your biggest takeaway on Instagram or Facebook, and don't forget to tag me. I'd love to give you a shout out and thank you personally. Also, feel free to subscribe and leave a review to help the Brand Lover podcast reach more heart-aligned entrepreneurs just like yourself. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.